one who met Jeremy Jordan.
Hi friends, what's up? It's me, Kat. Welcome back to my channel here on another Theater Thursday. We've got a friend, a Theater Thursday staple. It's Kylie. Insert clip here.
Wait, is this your YouTube?
Is this your YouTube?
We're back with another installment of Bedtime Stories, the show where we talk about show mishaps dangerously close to our bedtimes. We're wearing pajama shirts, both from Carrie the Musical, which is where we met. Is it 3 years ago?
It was 3 years ago.
Question of the day, do you guys have any show mishaps? Let us know in the comments down below because that's always fun to read. Also, this is a series. I think this is like video 7 or 8 in this series, so if you want more humiliation, click on a playlist. Originally, our plan was to audition for a show together because Kylie's moving next week, so we wanted to do one more show this summer so we could hang out together all summer. And we were like, oh, we'll either do West Side Story or Love Slavers Lost. And then we were like, psych, she's gonna do West Side and I'm gonna do Love Slavers Lost.
Yeah, and then we had to do it for the passion of theater and not for each other, and then...
Personally, my absolute favorite thing that happened during Love Slavers Lost is that my mom came to see the show with a bunch of her friends. Lourdes! Her little clique of like suburban theater moms all call themselves the drama mamas. I jokingly told my mom, hey, you should pre-game my show. And she was like, what's pre-game? And I'm like, when you drink alcohol before something. And she was like, that sounds like fun. I get a photo during one of my performances and it's my mom in the parking lot with a bottle of tequila and all her friends doing shots right before my show. So I run around the dressing room and I'm like, okay guys, if you hear a bunch of really loud suburban moms, it's my mom and her friends and they're all drinking tequila. They're like, ah, no, I'm sure it's not gonna be that bad. I walk on stage, like 7 theater moms go, oh my God, yeah! She's so pretty. And they just laughed and screamed for the entire show. And then someone who wasn't in the dressing room came backstage and they were like, wow, the audience is really good tonight. And I'm like, no, they're just drunk.
Should I start from like the beginning where West Side Story is a curse and you should never do that show? So the first injury occurs.
Da da da!
My friend Jack comes in and he goes, congratulations, Kylie, you're Graciela. And I was like, what? And they're like, in the Facebook, she broke her ankle, like in the Facebook group. And I was like, oh, like that's very upsetting. And I'm glad I found out from you, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
What is that?
Chocolate. Literally no hierarchy in this process except for being an actor.
I love that. Oh, congrats, Graciela.
Thank you. And then, so my partner, soon after, on our like chain link fence in the back when they were practicing, he fell off. And like, he was like not crying. And we're like, oh, it's fine. He'll be better tomorrow, buddy boy, you know? And then in the Facebook group, the same thing occurred. And he was like, I broke my foot. And I was like, fantastic. I don't have a partner now. And then so I had a new partner tech week, and so that was like fun and quirky and exciting. At that point you're like, that's like, it can't get worse from here. Oh, but just you wait. We got some nice little crepes, and one of my friends who played Riff, who is deathly allergic to peanuts, and then he's like, my tongue. And I was like, what about your tongue? And then he got all red, and like, I was like, oh, where's your EpiPen? And he's like, I can't use an EpiPen. We gotta go to the ER. And it was like 1 a.m. at this point, so we take him to the ER. I go in the room with him, and he's having chest convulsions. And I'm like, why?
I'm not laughing at this, I'm just laughing at what comes next. So Jack's sitting there.
What is that?
Chocolate.
With their other friend who's like terrified for, you know, their other friend. They're sitting there, the doors part. A guy on a bicycle drives in and he like circles them a few times and then leaves. It was just like a weird hospital. Like, I asked where the bathroom was. I was like, hey, may I use the restroom? And the guy was like, no. Why does he sound like a Batman villain?
That's all that matters.
I'm crying.
And then we had a matinee that same day.
Yeah.
But we did it.
So how I got food poisoning was actually from the show. I don't know if I told you this. There was one part in the show where I'm drinking champagne and I do a spit take. So we had to actually put liquid inside of the empty champagne bottle. So we run that scene like 2 or 3 times over the course of a couple days, and I'm putting the bottle back into the like prop box in the prop closet. So it doesn't occur to me that like no one's washing the champagne bottle that's being stored in a dirty old dark closet. So that's how I got food poisoning, was from a prop bottle. And then I was just a mess for about a week. Friends who hospital together, stay together. So Love's Labor's Lost. There's probably my favorite scene of the entire show. We all get drunk, but we're drunk for the entire show. It was acting, don't drink and perform. We get drunk and steal a golf cart and drive that on. The golf cart that we had wasn't actually a golf cart, it was like a club cart, which is like a little more meant for like rugged terrains, and it goes significantly faster. So we're driving super fast around the corner and we realize like, oh, we need to start braking or else we're gonna hit the audience, we're gonna hit the stage, and we're gonna hit the band. The car comes to a halt. I'm covered in water. It kind of looks like I peed. We get out, and I think this actually might have been the night that you were there, because I remember specifically being like, no, Kylie's here.
I love when you try to support your friends.
And we have a bucket of water balloons in the back, and we're supposed to like hit this like facade of the set, and we actually get to throw water balloons on stage and it splatters everywhere, and they're much smaller than usual. We go to throw them as hard as we can and they will not break. We like kept picking up the water balloons and trying to break them, and they wouldn't break because the plastic was just like too hard. So every subsequent night, like probably the night they wouldn't break, it was maybe like this big of a water balloon. Every subsequent night, to ensure that they would break, they got filled up to about this big. So basically the entire stage would be soaking wet.
I'm gonna tell the unified audition story. They were like, so what else do you do besides theater? And you know, for some reason I couldn't think of anything. And to be fair, I don't do much. So that was a really strange question to be asking auditioning as a theater major. So I was like, YouTube! Not, oh, I don't do YouTube. Like I don't film YouTube. I watch people's YouTube and then I copy what they do in my real life personality. So I was basically telling them that I like want to skin YouTubers' faces and wear them, but it's just not what I meant. And I went on for like, for such an ungodly amount of time, for like 10 minutes, and because I knew it was going wrong, and then I tried it, I was like this the whole time. And they're like, that's funny. So like,
Kylie and I saw a teen production of Grease. So at the very end of the show, you know, Danny comes back with his, you know, joggers, and he's like, I'm gonna be a sports guy so Sandy likes me. And then Sandy busts open the door and she's like, tell me about it, stud. So they get up on the counter of the Burger Palace and they're shimmying, they're dancing. Sandy takes a step back to shimmy, Danny takes a step back to shimmy and falls off the counter. And it's like the funniest, loudest crash. Like, you know how in like any sitcom someone falls and it's like a huge crash noise, and like
it's like the piano falls on
yeah,
them. It was that.
It was that, but in real life. And like Sandy looked down and then just like kept going. Well, thanks for telling us about some of the funny things that happened in West Side Story, like near-death experiences.
Hand hug.
I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so, so much. Break a leg, and I'll see you guys next time.
Follow me on Instagram. I post pictures and I sometimes also like them myself. No.
Hi, friends.
Bye. It was a good time.